Now let's step away from hunting monsters. Our next goal will be finding all treasures. Treasures are spots anywhere on the map that you must find by solving a riddle. However, we must set this up first. You need the Palico gadget of every locale. You already have the one from the ancient forest. In the Wildspire Waste you must find their hideout and then capture 3 lost Grimalkines with your capture net. In the Coral Highlands you must defeat a band of raiders riding chamois and then clear an optional quest you are given by them. In the Rotten Vale an Odogron must be present and you must bring some raw meat. Wait in this spot for a Legiana corpse to fall and the Odogron to then take it to its lair. A Grimalkine will appear and then flee. Chase it to its hideout, place down some raw meat, and you will obtain their gadget. Then, talk to the Linear Researcher to start investigating the tribe in the Elder's Recess. You must gather 10 of their doodles. There are 5 in each locale, so I will show 2 locales. Note that they aren't always in the exact same location but close to each other. Then talk to the Linear Researcher again and sneak through the Gadjalaka's hideout in the Elder's Recess at night using the Gilly Mantle to obtain their gadget. Lastly, talk to the Linear Researcher to receive a critical bounty called Cultural Exchange Horfrost Reach. Then go on to an expedition in the Horfrost Reach and hunt any large monster. Afterwards, some Boa Boa will await you at the southern camp. Follow them to their hideout and obtain an optional quest. Beat that to receive the last Palico gadget. Now that we have befriended every tribe, we must level them up to level 6 each. You do that by using the Tail Raider signal gadget before hunting monsters so they join your fight. These are the best quests in each locale that benefit this guide the most. They are all 6-star Master Rank event quests. Yodeling in the Forest for the Bug Trappers, Heavy Metal in the Waste for the Protectors, Symphony of the Coral for the Troopers, Rotten Can Zone for the Plunderers, Old Rock Recess for the Gadjalaka, and Ballad of the Horfrost for the Boa Boa. Once that is done, you will unlock Paw Swap with each faction. You will offer an item to them and receive something in return. They like combined items the most, like potions, traps, etc. And always give it to the Grimalkine with the best reaction. That will grant you the highest chance to get a treasure clue. Then, go to the spot the clue describes and find the treasure. Finding the first treasure will unlock the trophy Fledgling Collector. Note that you cannot receive more than 1 clue at once per locale. Travel between the locales to farm the treasures time efficiently. I will now show every treasure spot in every locale, so bear with me. Collecting every single treasure awards the trophies Veteran Collector and Ultimate Collector. The next grind requires no setup but is certainly more monotonous. You might have already discovered that you can capture endemic life with the capture net found in your item bar. There are certain rare creatures we will have to capture to unlock 14 trophies. Yes, that's a lot, and yes, that will take quite some time. That is why I encourage you to look out for them while you continue doing other stuff. That way you won't spend a lot of time going for only one goal. We will start simple, as the first 2 are guaranteed in certain quests. Look for the 1-star mastering event quest, The Lord of the Underworld Beckons. Go to the spot I show, and there will be a blue gecko. Capture it to unlock the Friendly Pointer trophy. The next one is guaranteed in the 6-star mastering event quest called Monkey Business. Visit Area 6 to find a golden macaque. Capturing this will reward you with the golden Gleam trophy. There is one more endemic life that is guaranteed under certain conditions. Wait until dusk or dawn and then go on to an expedition in any locale. I will only show the ancient forest one. Only during that time you can find the Prism Hercodrome. Dusk and dawn are displayed by the time icon being half sun. With this critter you will also net the Rainbow Bright trophy. Now, before we continue, there is a way to speed up the following grind. Choose the custom platter at the canteen and check the alcohols. You want to choose the bottom row for a canteen skill called Feline Zoo Master, which increases the spawn rate of rare endemic life. 3 of them are acquired by completing the Master Rank optional quests Nighty Night Nightshade and Simmer and Slice, given to you by the Grandmeowster chef. Now check your investigations in the Hoarfrost Reach for an upsurge of frozen foliage. During that investigation, gather at frozen foliage to find 2 of the missing ingredients. The last one can only be found in this specific spot during an upsurge. Now we get to the grindy part. The petricans is an extremely rare fish that can be found in certain ponds in the Rotten Vale and Eld's Recess. I show both locations here. Once you found one, you will have to reel it in with your fishing rod, which is also found in your item bar. Then follow the instructions on screen. Don't worry about messing up, as fish most likely don't disappear. I won't guarantee for anything, so you might want to fish other fish to practice if you want to be sure. Catching a fish for the first time will unlock the Angling for a Bite trophy, and acquiring the petricans unlocks a trophy called a Living Fossil. The next creature we want is the Downy Crake. This can be found in many locations but will run away as soon as it spots you. You can find them in a group riding on the back of other monsters or endemic life. They ride on Aptonoth in the Ancient Forest and on Absaros in the Wildspire Waste. They also ride on the back of those manta ray creatures in the Coral Highlands that you will have to shoot down with your slinger. To make sure they don't flee, you can equip the Ghillie Mantle. You can even bring flash pots to blind and stun them in place. Capturing a Downy Crake awards the Snuggles For All trophy. Now we will start looking for the Bristly Crake. This can also be found riding on the back of other creatures, and it will run away if it spots you, much like the previous target. It rides on Mosswine in the Rotten Vale and on Gastrodon in the Eld's Recess. Make use of the Ghillie Mantle again and you will get the trophy Bristles For All. Next is a bird known as the Blue Diva. This is again quite rare but can spawn in many locations. It can spawn in the Ancient Forest, the Wildspire Waste, and the Coral Highlands. You do not need the Ghillie Mantle to approach it, and sometimes it might even be necessary to scare it so it flies into range of the capture net. Snatching that bird will reward you with the Sweet Melody trophy. Following that, we want to look out for another fish known as the Sea Lord's Crestfish. This endemic life can be found only in Area 8 of the Hoarfrost Reach and only at night, which makes it quite annoying to farm as you cannot influence the day and night cycle at all. A Ghillie Mantle is not required but highly recommended, since you might get interrupted by any large monster passing by. Once you have reeled in this monstrous fish, you also obtain the Submerged Mystery trophy. And lastly, there is the Winter Moon Nettle. This can be found very rarely in clear nights in a hidden area in the Hoarfrost Reach. First I will show you how to access that area and where the creature will appear. Take note that you do not have to go up there just to check. You will have a good view on the peak from below. Now I will state again that this creature will only appear at night and only while there is no snowstorm going on. Capturing that endemic life will award the trophy Celestial Illusion. Finally, there are 2 trophies that aren't tied directly to one endemic life. You might have noticed that endemic life appears in different sizes. If you find one specimen that has the very smallest or biggest size possible, then you will obtain a miniature crown or gold crown respectively. Obtain a miniature crown of any endemic life specifically on master rank to obtain the trophy Another Miniature Crown. The same counts for a gold crown and the trophy Another Giant Crown. While we are missing 2 endemic life trophies, I do want to go on to the next section, which is interior decoration. If you thought this game was about hunting monsters, think again. First go into your room in Siliana and change your interior however you like. Doing that will unlock the Remodeler trophy. Now there are 2 trophies for having a total of 120 room decor items available. It is very likely that you already do have most, if not all, of the required amount. If not, then send the Steamworks into overdrive as long as it shows interior decoration as a reward. If that is still not enough, then beat all the perfect room quests the Siliana housekeeper gives you and look for delivery requests that award decor. All that will award the trophies Interior Decorator and Architectural Artist. Do note that you have to talk to the Siliana housekeeper again to unlock them. Now there is just one more section until we go back to hunting monsters. That is taking pictures for our gallery. You probably already got the observation log and the surveyor set from the Linian researcher in Siliana. To complete a research request, you will have to take a picture of the requested scenario that is stated in the bottom right corner. As you can see, some will only occur during certain times or weather conditions. Because of free updates, we now have 30 requests, of which any 20 must be handed in. You also do not have to get a gold rating. Bronze works perfectly fine. Ones that are very easy are 1, 3, 5, 6, 8, 11, 15, 21, 23, 24, 25, 27, and 29. That leaves you with 7 needed research requests. 2, 7, 9, 10, 12, 18, and 30 are not bad either, as they have only very few conditions. Completing 20 requests will award the trophies Fledgling Observer and Outstanding Observer.